Good morning. We are getting an early start. I mean, this isn't actually my start. I've been up since 3:30. I was in the deer shack processing down the last deer I got, seasoning up some jerky so I can do some smoking tomorrow. But right now we are going to be working on the chicken paddock. We need to move the chickens into their final winter area. And typically in the past, I've never had to worry about this because they had their dedicated coop that was built right inside of the barn. So I never had any worries to really have to take care of much of anything besides making sure their water didn't freeze. And I've honestly been thinking about this idea for the last couple of years in hopes that I would eventually get the chickens closer to the garden or in that new chicken house compound thing I was planning on building, which the chicken tractor did allow that. Brought me a little closer, what I was hoping to achieve. And today's the day we're gonna make all that happen. It's probably one of the last days I could make this happen. I woke up this morning, it was 19 degrees outside, so it's getting cold, so pretty soon the ground is gonna be frozen and I'm not gonna be able to move these fences around anymore. So today's the day. We're gonna take care of this right now. I got some plans for this afternoon, actually late morning, so I don't have that much time to take care of this. Looks like we're opening up a brand new roll of fence. And I think I'm gonna put both a 4-foot and an 8-foot gate on this run. There's the 8-footer we needed. Brand new too. Okay, I think we're good in here. So my thought was, instead of placing the chickens by the garden somewhere, I want to put them in the garden. I want to give them the entire garden to just turn over and do what they do best. I found that compost up at their own old coop and it was just amazing. So I'm going to give them my entire vegetable garden. And this thing is 15 feet wide. It's 100 feet long, but I'm not going to just end there. I want to extend my garden. I think we have another 30 or 40 feet we could add on to the end of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and fence off that portion too. Hopefully they'll just turn that over and they'll dig through all that and just turn the garden into something, hopefully will just make the vegetables and the growth next year just flourish and just do amazing. So that is my thought. It's gonna be pretty simple. I don't have to do any kind of mowing. I just gotta run some fence, put up some gates, and that's kind of it. So it shouldn't be too big of a deal and they can just have at it. As the winter goes on and we get snow and it melts and then they poop and then we throw some food in here and they tear it up. It should just be, I don't know. That's the thought behind this anyway. I could be screwing myself in the long run, I don't know. Or this could be one of the best things I've ever done for my garden. So we'll find out. And then obviously in the spring, we'll pull them out of here and we can build our garden from there. I hear you guys. You get hungry too? And our lady flock. I honestly forgot to shut their little coop last night, but with the electric fencing, I wasn't too worried. But we are gonna have to open up their egg box because it is, yeah, it's closed right now. So we'll open it up, allow them to get in there today, do their thing, lay their eggs. They're still munching away on my deer carcasses, which after today I'll probably throw them out. Not really sure how I want to lay this fencing all out quite yet, where I want my gates and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, is this thing open? Yeah, it's open. So I think, and I always forget, I think each one of these panels on these fences is like right at 9 or 10 feet. So it's not really going to get me a full end covered, but I could do one panel plus a 4-foot gate on the end. 8, 9, 10. That would be getting me pretty darn close to getting that full spread. Then we can just run it down and back. Probably have to put some posts up, maybe keep them out of my asparagus, or yeah, I probably should. Honestly forgot I built this little box. There's just so many little parts to these fence nettings from, you know, you got jumpers, got extra wire, you got repair kits, got the charger. Here's the base for the gate we got. That's what we need right now. I got some stakes. But it makes it kind of nice to have everything in one spot. We'll get our gate up first and see where we land from there. So I got kind of the gate laid out, kind of where I'm thinking it's going to work. I kind of want to lay out the first panel just to see where it sits, how close I get to that other corner. So I might partially lay this down. Let's see here. You got to take your time, start this right, or it just never goes smooth after that. I have learned my lesson. Just like that. All right, first panel. Oh, it'll be close. So actually, I tossed the gate to the side. So what is this? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are 9-foot panels. So we got about 18 feet. And it's, like I said, my garden's 15-ish. I think it might be closer to 17. So I think I'm just gonna do 2 full panels on the end. And I'm gonna put my gate, I think right here, 4 foot right here, kind of by the hydrant. This will be a great spot to get in and out at really quick. So yeah, we're gonna start right here. I'm so picky about things being all square and lined up, but I gotta just throw that out the window and just do what I gotta do. Get it done. And I'm honestly not sure if I'm gonna have enough to do all of this, but I do have a 4th roll. So we might utilize 2 full rolls, give them a nice extra large area. And actually, this is gonna be probably about perfect because I have a full roll ending right there. That's kind of where I wanted the garden to end. So I have 2 panels across there and then work the rest of the fence back up to the beginning. So it's gonna actually be just about perfect. There we go. That thing is gonna be massive. So I'm gonna go grab that second roll. We'll be able to tie into there, go across all the way back down. And this is gonna give them so much room to move during winter. And then I can pull their coop all the way down, back and forth a few times, and really get their poop and stuff spread out. Yeah, it's gonna work out really great. Okay, just keep on trucking. Okay, so this is where we're tying in our 2 lines. Get these fairly snug, close together. And then they got these connectors that'll feed the power from one to the other. So we are going to wrap these around the poles. Kind of helps hold them together too. I'll come back and tie them with some rope also, just to make sure. And then we can lock these 2 metal loops together. There we go, perfect. So I'm gonna have a little extra fencing to kind of figure out because, well, this is gonna be basically a giant rectangle. Now I'm adding 4 extra feet. I was gonna add an extra 8-foot gate into there too, but I'm just not sure where I'm gonna put that now. So I think I'm gonna just get my 4-footer in right here, get it started anyway. And then we'll run it down, see maybe we can figure out a spot to add our 8-footer in. So we got our fence. It's gonna look like a little bit of an angle, like I said, and come in here, bypass the hydrant. So we can, this is our base. This is what's gonna sit and hold the bottom of our gate, just like that. So I think it's gonna work pretty good right there. Get it snug down with a couple stakes. That shouldn't go anywhere after that. And we also have the end pole, which also helps hold down the base. And it's what the gate actually attaches to, like that. Smash it one side down, bring it up. And then from here, we can add our fencing again. Tuck that right in there, super close. Get it started. All right, try to avoid our asparagus here. Just to give us good space. I don't want to be shorting the fence out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring it back here. I got another fence post we can bring. And these are the extra little fence posts I was talking about that can kind of create another post in the fence. So I want this pulled away from the hydrant a little bit. I can do that, and I can just drive it right into the ground, right there. I'll treat it like another fence post. And it's even got a little slot in the top to hit your fence in there. It's perfect. This is where the edge of the garden's at, so I want the post to be as close here that I can just use this again, just like I did at the hydrant. And I'll just push this out a little bit. Gets a little bit more room away from the asparagus. And drive it in. There we go, just like that. Perfect. Starting to freeze, it's getting pretty tough. That's why we're doing this right now, because if we would have waited too much longer, we would have been screwed. I'm gonna have to figure out, I might just not put, I'm not gonna put an 8-foot gate in. I'll just drop one of the ends, pull the chicken tractor in here, and just call it good from there. There's no need for an 8-foot gate for the winter months, because they're not gonna be moving other than inside here. So we'll just leave this all up. I'm gonna have 4 extra feet down there to kind of play around with, because my gate I added into this whole equation. But I guess we'll worry about that when we get down there. Maybe we'll extend the garden a little bit more, add another little mini fence post in or something, I don't know. And that was kind of the plan too. I wanted to make sure that they had plenty of space, that they wanted to stay in here. Because they can fly out. We've had a couple fly out, but they typically fly back in for the evening, which is good. I mean, that's what we were hoping for. But anything we can do to kind of keep them inside here as much as possible, keep them safe, because we do have an abundance of coyotes around here. Now I'm just heading down to every end of the run where each one met. I'm adding an extra rope around it for just extra security, plus making sure all my end connectors are in fact connected. It's like I wrap this one around here, it is connected, but then I run this about a foot below it, just to kind of hold these 2 poles tight and nothing can push through them. And because I don't have the 8-foot gate to get the portable chicken coop through anymore, what I'm gonna just do is I'll just untie this corner post, separate it there, and I can just swing this out of the way, and that'll give me a 9-foot opening. So this is gonna be kind of my gate here on this far end, which is good, because this is where I wanna stage the coop itself. I wanna put it on this end, and then we'll just slowly pull it that way every day, a little bit at a time. And then we can work our way back, and then back, and just keep working it all winter long. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move the solar charger over to the new chicken run also, and then I'll just probably build a jumper, and I'll run a jumper cable from the new chicken paddock down here to the goats. I think we'll add it probably, I think right about here. That way we have our eyes on it from the house pretty well. It's close to the gate, so we can always monitor it pretty easily. Okay, we got the ground cable. Oof. It's going. Oh. I need to be like 50 pounds heavier. Oh. It's going. We'll see what that does for us. And then we have a nice connection point right here. Might run underneath. There we go. Okay, so it's plugged in and attached here. And it's running 164 feet to the end of that other panel, that entire run, and then 164 feet all the way to basically this point. So this is the farthest point from the charger. So we're gonna see what kind of voltage we got going on. Hopefully we got something, we'll find out here. 7,000 volts, we have maxed this out. So we have full power all the way here. So we are looking perfect. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and steal their water now. Oh yeah, I mean, it's just a layer on top is frozen, but I'm gonna go and pour this out. We'll get it moved and set up in their new area. They're gonna love the ice cubes. The ice will keep them hydrated the rest of the day today. All right, I think I'm gonna stage this thing pretty close to the backside of this shed, because now I have those outlets there, so I can run my water heater and keep the water from freezing up. I'm gonna place them on a couple blocks just to help stabilize it. There we go. That seems a little more stable. There. All right. All right. So what I got to kind of make this work, it's kind of the setup I had in the barn is I've got my water heater that'll go to the bottom, and got a different lid with a hole in it. That's what will go over the top. Then to kind of help keep stuff from falling down inside that tiny hole, I just took another 5-gallon bucket lid and we cut a little strip in it, a little hole, get our cord right around that. That sits there, keeps everything from falling inside there. Oh, we are about full already. That fills up quick, 55 gallons. And to keep the electrical wire kind of up and out of the way, I was gonna drive a post like right here. That way we can kind of loop the wire over it. Oh, that's a tall post. Couple zip ties. So we might bring this up and over like this. Zip tie it to the back side here. And then when I plug this in, I'll zip tie the extension cord to this too. Kind of keep it up out of the way so the chickens don't knock it down, knock it around all over the place. Yep, just like that. And then we got this cord, which I'm thinking I was just gonna lay it pretty much along the ground. It is outdoor rated, and then we will just literally just slide it underneath here and up to plug that in, and we can zip tie that to that, and we should be golden. All right, and then from here, I figured I'd just pull this cord kind of underneath the shed down to the outlets. And just like that, we will have ourselves power to the water heater. All right, we have our new winter chicken paddock all set up, water heater plugged in. Last thing will be tonight, when all the chickens lay down and roost for the evening, we'll sneak in there, grab the coop, wheel it up to its new home, and that's where they will stay all winter long. So we will see you tonight. We'll move some chickens. Hey goats. Hey chickens. So unfortunately, we got back a little late, and the chickens are already in here. They're already all roosted up in and on the nesting box. So I think they're gonna have to just sleep there tonight. I'm not gonna mess with trying to get them down and off there. We'll lock this up, get them drug over to their new winter home. Wasn't too bad of a trip. Like I said, I'll just untie this fence corner, and then I'll pop the stake quick, and then we'll kind of use this as our gate. And honestly, we'll never have to come back in here again until after the winter is done. All right, I think we're all detached. All right, I gotta pull this, and there is our gate. Pull our chickie friends in here. All right, that was pretty darn smooth, I'd say. Now I just gotta drop my fence post back in here. All right, we have everything set up. Just gotta kick on. Should have some pretty good power there, yep. Full charge. All right, there we go. We have our new chicken paddock fenced out around my vegetable garden in hopes that they turn this thing over, poop in it, do their thing, come next year, we might just have a phenomenal garden. That's the plan anyway. But hope you all enjoyed today's video. See y'all next time. Later.